Hey guys, this is Emerald Fire, and I'm here today with some exciting news. The new Snapshot 14 Week 07A has single-handedly fixed every single problem with the portal gun. With the new execute command, you can execute commands relative to entities, and that was pretty much the main problem of the whole thing. I had to use minecart command blocks teleported to entities and teleported up in the sky to actually get the position of the portal from a remote location, but now it can all be done with execute commands. It's incredibly simple. What took me weeks before to make now took me less than an hour. So I can put a portal here, put a portal here, and you can see the load times are also much faster. And as simple as this, you just transferred between the portals. Oops. There we go. It's so simple, and I've still got the portal cooldown in here, like that. Yeah. And it's unbelievably simple. I just have, this is all the redstone here. I just have some command blocks. These 4 command blocks here destroy the previous portal, and then these command blocks here create the new one, and this one in the middle just kills arrows. They share that one. And then these minecart command blocks over here control the portal teleportation with scoreboard objectives just like before. The thing with riding minecarts still isn't working in this snapshot, so that's why I had to use command blocks instead of minecarts, but hey, it's still pretty fast, and using real command blocks also solves this weird problem I was having with arrows bouncing off the wall, and then minecarts would like stay on there instead of getting destroyed. But anyway, yeah, even the rotation problem, like if you walk through this portal, you're facing the wall, even that problem can be solved in this snapshot because there's new parameters for @e that can test for an object's rotation. So I could implement something that tests for the maximum and minimum angle that the arrow is at. Yeah, this thing went on the floor there. Yeah, so arrows are glitchy themselves a little bit, but it's working as it should. But I could implement a system that tests what angle the arrow is at, whether it's facing mostly this way, this way, this way, or this way, and spawn a portal squid with an appropriate rotation, because these portals are invisible squids riding wither skulls. The wither skulls are so they can't be pushed, and the squids are so I can give it a name. And that's pretty much all this is, right? So I fire an arrow. It destroys any previous portal by executing fill commands relative to the oldest squid named blue portal or orange portal, and if there is none, it just doesn't do anything. And it also kills the wither skull. And then it creates the portal by teleporting a temporary squid called blue portal temp. That's just get the gravity so it goes to the bottom of the block because wither skulls float. So it does that, and then it does that relative to the arrow, then kills the arrow, then sets stained glass panes, and summons the squid riding wither skull, then teleports blue portal temp into the void, and then kills it. And that is literally everything there is to setting up and destroying the portals. Now these things over here, I have a couple, actually just one objective. I use portal cooldown, and if I set it to a negative value, it'll teleport the player to the orange portal, and if I set it to a positive value, it'll set it to teleport the player to the blue portal. And then it just ticks away that value until it gets back to 0, and when it does get back to 0, it can teleport the player to the other portal again. So that way you don't just get rapidly teleported back and forth. And the portals, I don't think I didn't actually put out a video explaining this stuff, but the way the portals are created, as you might have figured out, is whether the bow has flame or not, so whether or not the arrow is on fire. And to do that, I just test for an arrow that is not on fire, and if it finds an arrow but not one that's not on fire, then it creates the orange portal. So yeah, that is everything that it takes to make these portals, and it's really not much. So the previous portals, when it set stuff up in the sky, because it sets stuff 128 blocks above these portals. You know, I don't think I ever explained that either. I was going to put out an explanation video, but I couldn't get my mic to work. Uh, so anyway, it created things up in the sky, so there was a height limit for this thing at y equals 128, but that is not even relevant anymore. There is no height limit. It's just pretty much everything I wanted it to be. So I will put this world download in the description. I will also see if I can make an MC Edit schematic of this. And I think that's about it for this video. So I hope you have fun playing around with this if you so choose. I will try to make I'll try to make a few levels using these concepts. Because now, oh, one more thing with the soft. Before the portals couldn't touch because it would make the minecarts do weird stuff up in the sky. But now that works just fine. So, oops. You know what? I see what's happening here. Okay. Alright, this this isn't great, but I can see that because you're so close to the other portal, it'll actually consider you as in that portal, so it'll actually keep teleporting you back and forth. So yeah, maybe I'll correct that and release a few levels, but for now, I'll give you the world download, and thank you very much for watching. Alright, one more quick update before I go. I fixed this thing by separating portal cooldown into two objectives, blue cooldown and orange cooldown. So now this, yeah, well, they're still kind of close together, so yeah, it can get a little weird. But at least it's not sticking the player in an eternal loop. By the way, I might have forgotten to mention this. Command block output false is not working for the execute command, so you're going to have to deal with some chat spam if you use this. But I think that's all. So once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.